In this clip, we're going to discuss how to enter an inventory item. Before getting started, it's important that you have a list of your ingredients, basically everything that you purchase. You need to also decide how you count or inventory that item and also how you purchase that item. Most people refer to their invoices for this information. To get started, you choose Inventory Items under Inventory Setup and select your store. This particular store already has inventory items in it, but we're going to go ahead and add a few more. Our first example is going to be an item that you inventory by one measurement and you buy it by the same measurement. So to get started, to add an item, you hit the green plus, you enter the name of your item, and you would also choose the group it belongs into. For example, ground beef here is going to be in the inventory group called beef. You don't need to worry about the code. From here, you decide how you're going to inventory it. That's what count size is. So in this particular case, or in most cases, you're always going to put the number 1 here. You are going to count this item by the 1 pound. We then can select our vendor. Vendor code is simply the opportunity to plug in the product code from the invoice. Then we decide how we purchase this item. In this case, we also purchase it by the 1 pound, and we enter the price of that unit on how we purchase it. When done, we simply select OK, and now our item, ground beef, is in the system. The next example is going to be when you count something one way, but you buy it another. For example, beer. Once again, to add an inventory item, you choose the green plus and enter the name of the product. Here we're going to put the group that it belongs to, bottled beer. When inventorying beer, we inventory this by the 1 bottle. Once again, we would choose the vendor that we buy it from, and we purchase our beer by the case. Let's just say this particular one is $19 a case. When selecting that, Aspect is then going to ask you for a conversion. It needs to know in order to break down the price when you inventory the item. In this particular case, 1 case is 24 bottles. Now that conversion's in the system. You can double check your conversions by right-clicking on the item and choosing Conversion. This then shows you 1 case is 24 bottles. In our last example, by hitting the green plus, we're going to show you the ability on how to enter an item where you may want to count it in several different forms. For example, shredded cheese. This would be in the dairy group. And when you inventory this item, you may want to inventory it by the bag. For example, let's just say this shredded cheese has 4 5-pound bags and it's a 20-pound case. Under alternate count size is where you can choose the next form that you would count it in, by the pound. Once again, you could then move down to select your vendor, and when you buy this item, however you buy it by the case, we'll just say this is $45 a case. Aspect, just like with the other products, is going to ask you the conversions. 1 case equals 4 bags. Now it asks you for the next conversion, 1 bag equals 5 pounds. By doing this, you've now added the item. You can right-click and choose Conversions, and notice how Aspect has now converted 1 case equals 4 bags. And if I scroll down, you can also see that 1 case is equal to 20 pounds. Notice how we didn't even put the ounces in there, but Aspect will automatically compute any volume that's associated with the volume you did enter. In this case, we entered in pounds, so it knew ounces. Those are the basic examples of how to plug in inventory items. See further clips for more detailed information if needed.